Raila Odinga, a nation in grief. Kenya woke up to sad names. Raila Amolo Odinga, Jakom, Tinga, Rao, the man many simply call Baba, has died while undergoing treatment in India. For millions, the news lands heavily. It feels as if a long, familiar voice in the nation's conversation has gone quiet. Hi, I am Tim, a psychologist and coach in Nairobi, Kenya, and this is TimPsych Mind in Minutes. I invite you to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I respond to all comments. Raila's story is inseparable from Kenya's own. Decades of struggle, defiance, and hope. He helped shape the path toward multi-party democracy and a new constitution. He was there in the long fight for freedoms many now take for granted. And he was never afraid to confront injustice, often at a personal cost. But his journey was not without controversy. Politics never is. Raila inspired devotion and he provoked resistance. His rallies stirred passion and sometimes unrest. He was both symbol and storm, a reminder that leadership can heal and divide in the same breath. And perhaps that too is part of why the nation grieves, because he represented our collective contradictions, courage and chaos, reform and rupture, vision and imperfection. Psychologically, what we are seeing is collective grief. When a society mourns a figure who helped shape its landscape. Raila became some kind of a mirror. In him, people saw their hopes, frustrations, and unfinished dreams. When such a figure dies, it is not just a political loss, it is a symbolic one. It feels as if part of the national identity has been scratched. This is what we psychologists call symbolic attachment. We attach meaning to public figures who seem to carry our struggles and our ideals. So when they go, we don't just lose them, we lose part of our story. And stories are how societies hold themselves together. Grief unfolds in stages: denial, anger, sadness, and finally acceptance. Right now, Kenya is somewhere between disbelief and confusion, which are apparent in the early stages of grief. How do you process the end of a story that has been part of your entire adult life? The answer is slowly and together. To his supporters, he was Tinga, the tractor that kept moving even through impossible terrain. To others, he was Agwambo, the unpredictable force of politics, always reshaping the game. To all, he was the Enigma, a man whose persistence could be both inspiring and exhausting, but never irrelevant. When a figure like Raila leaves the stage, there is a kind of narrative disruption. For decades, his name has been the heartbeat of our political seasons. His absence challenges us to imagine a Kenya without his voice, to find new ways of talking about leadership, justice, and identity, testing every angle. And perhaps that is the work grief invites us to do, to separate the man from the myth, to keep what is noble and to learn from what may have been flawed. True mourning is honest. It does not erase contradictions, it holds them with compassion. Healing begins when we carry forward the values that built us and quietly let go of the cycles that broke us. Tinga, Rao, Jakom, the Enigma is now firmly etched in our history. He was both a reflection of Kenya's struggles and a force that helped shape them. As the nation mourns, may this moment remind us that greatness and imperfection often live side by side, and that democracy is built not by saints, but by citizens who keep working, learning, and hoping. Because nations, like people, find their strength not in certainty, but in courage and truth. Till next time, I am Tim, and this has been TimPsych, Mind in Minutes. I invite you to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. More truth, less stigma, here on TimPsych.